Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm right back at it for another video. We're looking at the NBA slate tonight, game one of the finals after a couple days of no basketball. Glad that we have at least a game today to focus on. Got $1 million up for grabs also on DraftKings. That prize is probably going to split among a lot of people unless something crazy happens in this game. But nevertheless, let's get right into it. As always, appreciate it if you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out Twitter at the DFS process. You can check out the baseball video I posted a little bit ago if you're playing the baseball slate today. And let's get started. So Giannis, first and foremost, is doubtful today. That kind of sucks. Would like to see both teams be fully healthy this series, but it's not going to happen unless Giannis somehow gets upgraded during the day. He doesn't look like he'll play today, which means it's going to fall on Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday's shoulders once again. Middleton has been awesome. Really took over in the third quarter last game to close out the Hawks. He's been very good in terms of all-around production this postseason, especially since Giannis has missed some time. He's had a couple of 60-point games. And he's just going to have to play so many minutes. So I've got to love Chris Middleton. Holiday also has stepped up nicely. Him and Middleton are just taking a ton of shots. Holiday, all around great defensive player, gets you a lot of assists. Been very good with the rebounding since Giannis has been out. And he also will play north of 40 minutes most likely. So I will like to get to both of those guys. I like both of them a little bit more than Devin Booker, I would say, just because Booker's now going to be mainly a shooting and scoring option with Chris Paul fully healthy and Paul playing a lot of minutes. Paul's going to handle the ball a lot unless Booker goes for like 40 real-life points. I will still expect Middleton and Holiday just because they will get you more peripheral stats to get more fantasy points. Then you have Chris Paul, who's been amazing since now that he's healthy. 16 of 24 to close out the Clippers in the most recent game. His minutes will probably be high 30s today, at least mid-30s. He dominated the Bucks in the regular season, averaged 52 against them in 2 meetings. He looks like a good guy that you can play at captain if you don't want to play Middleton or Holiday. For me, it's either Chris Paul, Middleton, or Holiday I'm plugging in at captain. I think all three of those guys are viable options here. Middleton's the most expensive. You can save a little bit going to Holiday. Pay up a little bit to go to Chris Paul. You can kind of make it all work. If you want to save some money, you can go Holiday instead. But right now for me, I'll go Chris Paul. As my captain play, I still definitely want to plug in Holiday, Middleton. I love both of them more than Devin Booker today. And then you have Ayton and Lopez. Ayton looks a little bit better. Lopez gonna get you just more shots without Giannis and a little bit more rebounding. But Ayton has just been dominant this postseason. He gets a lot of looks. Chris Paul looks for him at the basket. He gets a ton of rebounds, plays a lot of minutes. He also will be a guy that I would look to probably a little bit more than Devin Booker today. And then for the value plays here, Portis is already $6,800. I'd probably go up $600 more for Lopez just for the extra minutes. And Lopez and Portis both a little bit similar, but Lopez can get hot from three. He can also get a couple of block shots, which will help his fantasy score. And that's the value. I guess he still can look to PJ Tucker just because he's going to play a lot of minutes. Took 10 shots last game, which is good to see. Only made 2 of them, so normal PJ Tucker kind of experience. But he will get you good rebounds now that without Giannis, 8 rebounds, 11 rebounds last couple games. Maybe can hit a couple corner threes. Very small chance to get a double-double, but maybe that could happen if he hits a couple of threes today. 44, he looks like a fine value option, but a guy that I like a lot more than that is Cam Johnson, who's looked very good this postseason. For some reason, he's only priced at 28 after he was like mid 4Ks, even $5,400 at one point last series. I don't think his minutes are really going to go anywhere. He will probably still get you at least low 20s, mid 20s in minutes. Depending on how Crowder's playing, we could see him play a little bit more than Crowder. If Bridges struggles, we could see him play a little bit more than Bridges. But I would probably take a shot on $2,800 Cam Johnson over 6,000 Bridges, 56 for Crowder. Just a nice value option, allow you to pay up for maybe one other guy like Ayton or even Brook Lopez in the last couple of spots. But these 4 are the ones I really like. Chris Paul, Cam Johnson on the Suns side, Middleton, Holiday to just lead the Bucks and just give them at least some sort of life on the Milwaukee side. And then for value, for pump plays, it's like Sarge, Teague, Forbes. Teague got some playing time. He knocked down 3 threes. Probably could see similar minutes, like 10 or 12 minutes. You probably even need him to shoot well again, but I don't think that would happen. And then Sarge will play a handful of minutes backing up Ayton, but this series it might even get him a couple extra minutes just because the Bucks like to shoot a lot of threes and Sarge does like to stretch the floor. But with Ayton healthy, with the Suns healthy, I don't see Sarge playing a lot of minutes unless Ayton happens to be in foul trouble. And that's kind of it. So only a few options on the slate. I'm not going to pay 46 for Cam Johnson. I think Connaughton looks decent, but I like going to Cam Johnson a little bit more, probably Tucker a little bit more as well. And that's kind of it for the DraftKings side. So not a ton to talk about. You can kind of mix up your captain spots and just save some money that way. But for me, it's either Chris Paul, Middleton, or Holiday at the captain spots today. I think Booker is a stand I'm going to take today. Just kind of like the other three more than him. But that is it for the DraftKings side. Let's discuss the Fanduel picks. All right, on Fanduel here, we have Chris Paul as your most expensive player besides Giannis, who's not expected to play. We have Middleton. Then Holiday's only 13,000. Booker is sandwiched between Middleton and Holiday. Still like to get to Chris Paul. You can plug him in at MVP. Middleton, plug him in at the star position. Middleton, Holiday, both very similar. Wanted to be, I think Middleton will get a lot more ownership here, so you can go Holiday instead if you wanted to, and hope that Holiday somehow happens to outscore Middleton, which we've seen happen. If Holiday gets a lot of assists, or if Holiday gets a couple steals and blocks, definitely can outscore Middleton. But we'll see if we can get to all three of those guys that I really like. It leaves you with just 87.50, so you're not going to be able to get up to, you're not going to be able to get up to Ayton. You're not going to be able to get up to, you're not going to be able to get up to Booker, obviously. For the value plays here, Portis is 95. He's decently priced. Cam Johnson, 85. I think Tucker is still kind of, even though I hate playing Tucker, he's just really affordable at 75. Then it'll allow you to get up to a $10,000 player, which basically you're picking between Campaign, who's not in play for me, and then Portis. So probably we'll have to do a little bit better here. See if we're able to get up to Brook Lopez. Leaves us with $6,000, and there's probably nobody in that range. Yep, nobody there. So we're probably going to be stuck in like the, maybe have to take a shot on Bryn Forbes here, $6,500, and then happen to just try to get up to like a Crowder maybe. Or we can try to get up to like Devin Booker instead of Middleton. If you wanted to save $1,000, you could do that. Or go Ayton instead of Holiday. So we'll see. I really want to get to Middleton and Holiday, though, just because I think they all have so much upside. All right, we're probably going to have to make some changes here. I think on FanDuel at least, with Chris Paul being $1,500 more than Booker, you could get to Booker instead, just because it's very tough to fill out the last two spots in utility if you wanted to get to all three of those studs with Paul, Holiday, and Middleton. And hopefully Booker can hit some shots, maybe get some peripheral stats to kind of make up for Chris Paul. Maybe Chris Paul struggles from the floor. But I would probably go, if I go Middleton at the captain spot or MVP spot, plug in Devin Booker, still keep Holiday here, or probably maybe even go Holiday over Booker if I wanted to in the star position. Leaves it with 95, so you can go a number of ways here. You can go with a DeAndre Ayton and then plug in Bryn Forbes. You can go with Brook Lopez and plug in Tucker. So a couple of options if you're really stacking. If you're bullish on the Bucks today, this would be a reasonable lineup. This would bring back one Sun, but you got four starters on the Milwaukee side. But I think at least getting to like these guys are something I would like to do. If you wanted to go to the Suns side, you could do like Cam Johnson and Crowder. But I think on FanDuel, just with the pricing, it's kind of difficult to get to Paul at $15,000. I'd rather go to Devin Booker instead, and just because I can pay up a little bit more for my utility spots. So that is it for the video. Maybe if you want to be really different, you can go with the two Milwaukee guys at your top two spots here, Middleton and Holiday. I mean, I don't think it'll be very difficult for Holiday to outscore Booker because Holiday's going to have to do so much offensively without Giannis. So something like this, plug in a couple of cheapies in your utility spots, should be fine. So that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck today. I'll catch you all next time.